Hi, I'm Dr. Chuck with Your Filthy Mouth. Today we're going to be talking about brushing your teeth or cleaning your mouth. What's the difference? Stay tuned and find out.
Your smile is beautiful and possibly deadly. Dr. Chuck is here to tell you how your mouth can hold the key to your overall health. Now, about that filthy mouth of yours.
Hi, welcome to Your Filthy Mouth. I'm Suzanne Lynn with the star of the show, Dr. Chuck. And today we're going to be talking about the difference between brushing your teeth and cleaning your mouth. And I don't know what the difference is. When I say I'm going to go clean my mouth, I'm brushing my teeth.
Well, yeah, a lot of times we say, go brush your teeth, to the kids especially. Well, what does that mean? Use a toothbrush and brush?
Right.
You can clean part of your mouth with a toothbrush.
That's a big toothbrush, by the
That's
way.
a big toothbrush.
Yeah.
What about the parts in between your teeth? What about the parts underneath the gum? What about your tongue? I mean, that's part of your mouth. So do you want to brush your teeth? In which case you're going to miss an awful lot of the bacteria that gets into the bloodstream, and that's why we're having this whole podcast going is to connect the dots. But you're either going to remove part of it or all of it. If you're taking the time, let's go ahead and remove all of it. And that's what we want to do, is show people how you can clean your teeth.
All right. So
and clean your mouth.
Clean your mouth.
Yeah.
Clean your mouth and brush your teeth. Okay, so you got a lot of stuff here. I mean, what's this guy?
Well, I'm going to start, but what is that?
Yeah.
That's a big mouth.
Yeah, it's a big mouth for the big brush. Yeah.
Very big brush.
Right.
I'm going to start by showing this is nothing new. Here's Colgate tooth powder. That comes back from the 20s or the 30s, and there's still powder in here. People were cleaning their teeth back then.
So instead of toothpaste, it was a powder that they were using. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones. There's a bunch of them that we have. This is something, we think flossing is new. This is called a floss pick. This was 1900 is when they had the patent for it. This one was made in 1902. Still has the floss in it.
It's just a fancy, non-disposable version, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It has a little knife you can cut off your floss, and so again, 1900. That's what 118 years ago. This is around here. An ivory handled floss holder. So you could wrap the floss around here, put it through there, wrap it on that. This is nothing new. These have been around for a long, long, long time. And here's a really fancy toothbrush
Wow,
they had way
that's
back
really
when.
pretty.
So toothbrushes and dental floss have been around for a long time. The problem is we haven't been using them regularly and effectively. So that's what we want to talk today about. How can we be effective if we're taking the time? How can we be effective at doing that?
So what is the number one thing that you would say is effective as cleaning your mouth? I don't want to say brushing your teeth, cleaning your mouth.
Well, there's going to be two things I'm going to say on that. Number one would be an electric toothbrush.
Okay.
Now, I'm not hung up on any brand. Now, I know that we got different ones here, but buy the one that you're going to use. Now, you can spend $15 or you can spend $100 or $150. If it takes $150 to make you use it every day, then spend $150.
Right.
If it takes $15 to make you use it every day, then spend $15. But you've got to use it every day. What I tell people is when you're brushing your teeth with an electric toothbrush, you know how you take your car through a car wash and those rollers go really slow?
Yep.
That's how you use an electric toothbrush, really slow. Put it in your mouth, and we'll use this here, present, and just move slow.
And let it do the work.
Yeah, don't go like this with it.
Okay.
Move slow. Do the outside of the teeth, the chewing surface, the inside of the teeth. Really take your time. A lot of the electric toothbrushes have a little timer in the handle. And people think when 2 minutes is finished, you're done. Well, no, that's when 2 minutes is done.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're finished cleaning your teeth.
So maybe the first 2 minutes you do the outer part, and then the next 2 minutes.
Whatever it takes. And this is why I want to get back to we talked about these disclosing tablets and disclosing solution. So whichever technique you want to use, you want to check yourself when you're all finished. If you take a test and it's never graded, how do you know how well you did? That's why these are so absolutely important. So no matter what of these you're using, you've got to check yourself when you're finished. So use the electric toothbrush, take your time, go around the area, whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it takes. But I guarantee it takes more than 30 seconds.
And that's the average?
That's the average, is 30 seconds.
Wow.
People do that. So we got to spend a little bit more time on that. One thing I like after my teeth are brushed is you have to clean in between your teeth. Well, how do you clean in between your teeth? Well, you have several ways. We talked about floss and the floss holders. There's all these little picks right here. This is called a Plaque Pro. So they got these little tiny brushes. You can take these little brushes right in between your teeth, and it works really well to clean in between your teeth. We've got these are called platypus. So they got little brushes and little like flosser on that. Here's some other. These are called soft picks. You can get these in between the teeth and clean. So there's a lot of different ways of cleaning in between the teeth. But once you go in between your teeth and you clean things, you loosen things up. How do you get that stuff that you just loosened up out of there? I think it was Waterpik did a study that if you just brush and floss and then rinse your mouth out, you're only getting out about 25% of the bacteria that you just loosened up. That's all.
Wow.
So the rest of it is staying in between your teeth and under your gums. So what do? That's why they really encouraged water irrigation, directed water irrigation. I'll give you a quick short story on this, but I went to a dental seminar, this is back in the late 90s, by Dr. Bashkar, and he was a board-certified periodontist and pathologist. And during the Vietnam War, he was given the task of figuring out why weren't the military guys' wounds healing up real good. And he's a dentist. And so at that time, they realized that the wounds were not being properly debrided. Well, the question came, how do you properly debride a wound? Well, he was given Walter Reed Army Medical Center, 200 researchers, whatever he needed, because we need to figure out what's going on.
What's debrided mean?
Cleaned.
Okay, cleaned. Okay.
Right. Properly cleaned out.
Okay.
So how do you clean a wound? And after doing all of the different studies they did, they found that a water jet at a 90-degree angle to that wound cleaned it better than anything.
Just like on the skin or something.
Like on the skin or whatever it was. But this water jet at a 90-degree angle on that. There's something called the Venturi effect. Whenever you have a flowing fluid, it creates a negative pressure, a suction right next to it. So when you shoot the water over the top of that and you let it just keep going over that, you create a suction and you are sucking out all the debris and the dirt and the other particles in the wounds. Well, they started using it on their dental patients right away with immediate results. The medics saw how it was working. They started using it with medical. So a water irrigation, I call it directed water irrigation because you want to direct it within the mouth. You want to direct it directly in between the teeth and let it shoot there for at least 5 full seconds. That does a fantastic job.
Wow.
So I'm not telling people don't floss.
Right.
But if you are flossing, if you are using these little picks, then once you've loosened everything up, you've got to get that out. So it's a matter of cleaning your mouth. So
75%. I mean,
absolutely.
you're missing 75%.
You're missing a lot.
Right.
You're missing a lot. So this is something called a shower breeze, and it hooks onto your shower right here. And you can get them on Amazon. You know, whatever way you use. Waterpik, they work great too. But when the lever's here, all the water comes out your shower head. Go ahead and take your shower. That's what I use myself. And when I finish my shower, I brush my teeth. I have an electric toothbrush. And I take that in the shower. They're made to get wet. That's fine. And sometimes if you let the water run on your back, you may brush your teeth a little longer. You know, so, but take your time and brush your teeth. When you're finished with that, then I reach and grab this. I flip the lever down here, and now the water comes out here. And here's how you use this. And it's so easy, whether you're using a Waterpik or using a shower breeze. Remember, you just brushed here, here, and on the chewing surface, but you didn't brush in between the teeth. So you want to aim this directly in between the teeth, let it shoot that gap to where the water is coming out the other side. You want that to be in there for 5 full seconds, which is 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that 5, because you have to establish the suction, and then it sucks out a lot of stuff under there. Start the back of the last tooth. 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, all the way around, top and bottom. When you're finished, then you just hang this thing up, flip the lever up, back up there, hang it up, and you're done. So that's pretty easy. Now, if you're using a Waterpik by the sink, I have 2 hints for you. Number 1, make sure it's in your mouth before you push the button to turn it on.
Right.
You
You'll
only
make a
make
mess.
that mistake one time, okay? So make sure it's in your mouth and push the button.
Yeah.
But number 2, do not look in the mirror. Look on the bottom of the sink. Rest on your elbows. There's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, you're not going to make a mess that way. It's all going to go straight down. But number 2, now you can see what's coming out of your mouth. You would be absolutely shocked at what's you just brushed, you just flossed, you just whatever, and now you rinse your mouth out, and now you think it's clean, and you start using this. Remember, 5 seconds, start at the back of the last tooth, just from the outside in. You don't have to go the other way. But when you see what's coming out down there, it's like, oh my goodness, is that really what's being
All the
left
stuff
in
that
there?
you loosened up, basically.
There you go.
Wow.
And if you
Wow.
don't get it out, it stays in there. Now we have more periodontal disease and decay and all these other things going on. So the idea is get the bacteria out of the mouth. You don't want to just rearrange the furniture in the house. You want to get the furniture out of the house. So we haven't talked about the tongue. They have something called a tongue scraper. And if you've ever used one of these things, this is one model right here. They make them different types. But so you take the back of your tongue and just scrape forward. And when you look on here and you see what you just scraped off your tongue, it might be a little alarming because if all you do is rearrange the bacteria in your mouth, you're going to have the same problems. But when you actually get the bacteria out of your mouth, that's one of the big deals we want to do.
Wow.
So whether you
Wow.
use an electric toothbrush or a manual toothbrush, whether you use a water pick or shower breeze or dental floss or these little picks in between, no matter what method you're using, you need to check yourself at the end, either with the liquid or with the little tablets, the disclosing tablets, because that's how you can find out how good a job you actually did.
So is that attaching to the bacteria?
That sticks to the
Okay.
bacteria.
Okay.
There's one of them, this one is called two-tone, so it will mark the new plaque red or pink, the old plaque blue or purple. So if you see a lot of blue or purple in there, guess what? You've been missing for a while.
Wow.
So this way, now you're taking that test. Nobody's going to see you. This is all for you, but it's for your own health. So if you can learn how to do this, take that 5 to 7 minutes. You can't do it in 30 seconds. You can't do it in 2 minutes. It takes 5 to 7 minutes. If you can do that one time a day, oh my gosh, you can save so many problems. Now, if you want to do it right one time a day and wrong 2 more times a day, that's fine. But if you do it wrong 1 time, 2 times, 3 times a day, you're missing so much.
Yeah.
So when people say brush your teeth twice a day, see your dentist twice a year, brush your teeth twice a day. No.
Right.
Properly clean your mouth 1 time a day, and then you can brush your teeth other times that if you want to, okay? And see your dentist as often as you need, which for some people is twice a year, for some people it's every 3 months, for some people it's once a year. I've got a handful of patients that do a fantastic job at home, and all we have to do is kind of look in there and say, yeah, keep up the good work, So there's nothing magic that takes place in the dental office. This is all just regular cleaning, house cleaning, mouth cleaning. So
I want to go back to this disclosing solution and stuff. So I know I've heard you say that your tongue holds a lot of bacteria.
Yep.
Does it disclosing it's more than just your teeth? Will it show bacteria everywhere on the insides of your cheeks and your tongue and everything and your gums and stuff?
Yep. As long as you get the solution on there. So if you take some of this and put on a Q-tip and rub just on your teeth, it's not going to show what's on your tongue.
Right.
But if you swish it all over, if you use some of these little tablets and chew them up, it's going to mark everywhere. And that's the whole idea. You want to know where it is. If you don't know where it is, how can you clean it?
Right. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to be back with the question of the week.
Here's Dr. Chuck's question of the week.
Hi, this is Dean. Since I was a kid, I've had teeth crowding. Is there anything I can do about it even at this age?
Well, thanks for your question, Dean. We're going to send you a mug. Thank you for asking. If we use one of your questions at Your Filthy Mouth, you get one of these.
Absolutely.
Crowding, is it, it might be an aesthetic thing, but is it a health issue?
Well, when your teeth are overlapped, crowded like that, they become more challenging to keep clean. The floss is harder to get around there. You can't get the toothbrush bristles in there. Even these little picks that we have right here, sometimes they have a hard time getting in there.
Sure.
So just cleaning them can be more challenging when they're crowded, when they're overlapped. So straightening them out makes it easier to keep them clean. So that's one of the things right there. So being able to properly clean your mouth, and that's one of the things we're talking about today. Straight teeth really make a whole lot of difference on that. Now, aesthetically, more people like to see straighter teeth than crowded teeth. But can you live with crowded teeth? Sure you can, if you're going to take that time and keep them clean. So that's one of the biggest things right there is just more challenging to keep them clean.
All right. Well, good question. Thanks for checking in. Dr. Chuck, as we begin to wrap up, what are some of the takeaways between brushing your teeth and cleaning your mouth?
Well, the first thing you have to decide is, what am I going to do? Am I going to brush my teeth or am I going to clean my mouth? If you're going to clean your mouth, you're going to save not only a whole lot of money at the dental office, but you're going to really be helping your entire body, and that's the whole point of what we're doing. This has to do with keeping the bacteria out of your bloodstream, so it doesn't go to the heart, doesn't go to the brain, doesn't go to the pancreas. So, make that decision that you're going to take that time to properly clean your mouth. So, number one, make that decision. Number two, no matter what way you do it, you've got to grade yourself. You've got to check yourself. Whether disclosing tablets, I'm just a huge fan, or the solution right there. And number 3, pass this on to your family, pass this on to your friends, because this is not about just you. It's not about Suzanne and me. It's about everybody. And if we can spread the word, get the message out there that dental care is not expensive. Dental neglect is very expensive. And if you can start out at a young age doing things properly, your dental expenses are going to be this much. If you wait until you have some bigger problems, then your dental expenses are going to be this much. And you kind of make that decision. And the sooner you make that decision, the better it's going to be for not only your health, but for your pocketbook as well.
Well, I think this is proof that people have been cleaning their mouth for a long time. And just think of the advantage that we have now with this high technology. I mean, they really had to struggle with big, heavy, awkward, clumsy equipment. We don't have to worry about that now. There's really no excuse, right?
No, they're lightweight. They're every different. This is my daughter was on. Here's a toothbrush of the Eiffel Tower. So they even clean their teeth in Europe.
Right.
So it's worldwide. We can do it, and the whole idea is just make that decision for yourself, and then help instruct your family, because hopefully you'll love your family.
And I know that you're too modest to mention this, so I will, but a lot of these products are available on your Filthy Mouth website, so you can go there and get them. And like Dr. Chuck said, just share the message. It's very important, and subscribe so you don't miss our next episodes, because they really are interesting and fun, and well, at least we're having fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us at Your Filthy Mouth.
Thank you.
This has been Your Filthy Mouth, a weekly podcast about how what happens in your mouth affects the rest of your body. This is important information, so please share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, iTunes, and all the other podcast sites. And drop by yourfilthymouth.com to ask Dr. Chuck a question, or find dozens of links to information about oral systemic health. We'll talk to you next week.